So, here I am. I ordered my mocha with soy milk. I'm literally intentionally soying myself. Not soiling, that would be bad. Soying myself up. But I'm gonna sit here right now and I'm gonna talk and look at Batties going past. I really wish there was a double-sided camera. But I'm just going to talk fairly loudly, and just get this social pressure. Invite it, bring it on. I can feel the pressure growing. It's like I'm submerged in a submarine of pressure. It's crushing me. Yeah, so I'm just in here, just enjoying the sights, man. Sometimes there's a lot of pleasure to be had. There's a lot of pleasure to be had just from being a pervert. There really is. It's something that shouldn't be underestimated. Sometimes just go somewhere and just stare at the chicks. Like, that'll get you going for your session. Or even just to go back to your girlfriend afterwards. Like, you just go back with that renewed vigor. Where are those two? Are they lingering? I might go say hello. No, they've gone. But yeah, for me, I've got to come out to enjoy it. I can't. If I was with a mate or a group of mates, we could do some drills. It would be fun. I cannot make daytime approach into some hellish, like, you know. It's like I just can't do it, man. I just can't do it. I've got to have fun. So that's the purpose of today. To create a bit of chaos, to create a bit of naughtiness, to have a bit of banter here in the mall, to bring a bit of that world famous English banter to the mall. I'm going to end this segment on something a girl said to me yesterday. Sent me in a message. She goes, oh, I'm not very romantic. And I was like, that's a good point, you're actually not. And then I said to her, I was like, I don't think I am particularly either. And she was like, you definitely are. And I was like, interesting. And she goes, yeah, white men have romance in their DNA. That's what she said. She goes, white men have romance in their DNA. And I was like, right, I'm going to take that, because I'm as fucking white as it gets. So I'm going to take that. Interesting, right? Interesting people's perceptions. I've taken this girl out to dance. I've taken her on a fucking scooter. We've done fun activities, you know. Probably that is quite romantic to her, to be honest, in comparison to, like, you know, picking her up, like, I don't know, after my Uber shift. Do you know what I mean? That probably is quite romantic, relatively speaking. So, yeah, that was an interesting. Jeez. So yes, this mall's going to be fun, and I'm going to remember that as a extremely white man, extremely creamy man, romance is in my DNA, and the girls know it. So back in the buzzing streets again. Here we go. So you had went to a couple of malls today. First mall I went to, I was, again, just re-emphasizing, like, I was kind of a bit, almost, I wouldn't say broken, but just real fatigued. Just like, why am I going out to approach now, like, on my own? Like, what the fuck am I doing? Do you know what I mean? So I was like, look, just go out, get out your house and enjoy the day, because Monday will come around, and if you spent all day editing on Saturday, you're gonna regret it. You're gonna regret it on Monday, because you won't have the option to go out on Monday. So that's kind of what I did, and just like, I enjoyed just the chat with the people in Starbucks, the people working there. I had great banter with them. Made a nice little video. And the only stuff I actually saw in the mall that was maybe even potential were like groups of 4. Like like a wave of four. I'm like, bro, I can't do it today, man. I don't have that in me. I'm not afraid. I just don't know what to do. Don't have to manage it, you know. Instead of the ones I saw, had a little walk around. All right, okay. Well, it's just been pleasant. Let's get moving. So I went on to a different mall, and again I was like, look, to myself, just enjoy what you can. If you can do one approach today, that's acceptable. It's acceptable. It's perfectly acceptable. You're solo in the developing world. Yeah, that's kind of that was what my mindset was. Just keep the bar super fucking low, dude. And actually quite early on, I bumped into a girl I'd approached a couple of weeks ago, or maybe even last week actually, who works there. I just had like a really nice chat, like an hour-long chat with her. She was like selling stuff and talking to me and showing me videos of stuff. She was studying English. It was just like a pleasant chat, nice person. Do you know what I mean? Like, not this like numerical acquisition, you know. A lot of these girls here are Christian and stuff. Like, that's really the way to go. To be honest, it's just slowly get to know them in a normal fashion. You can't speed it up beyond what they're comfortable with. Yeah, she was telling me she was like, she's a sort of like evangelical Christian, but she's come away from it a little bit, so she's learning to dance now. That means probably, she's 21, so probably in about 3 years she'll lose her virginity. Maybe. Yeah, a lot of religious girls in this country, man. And then, yeah, so that was a very nice chat. I went round a little bit, did one little compliment on a girl with a green dress, real barrio fucking ghetto chick, who was, she received it well enough, but it was like, I don't know, she just didn't seem interested in conversing any further. I was like, okay, fine. And then a couple of girls are kind of just on my peripheral. I think I was in their peripheral a little bit. Crossed a couple times. I was like, man, she's actually real nice. She's real fucking nice. Probably one of the best, if not, yeah, probably the best actually. The best I saw today. And actually, yeah, I was just like, okay, that's good, man. We're good to go. Let's go over there. Opened, said, are you Colombian? She looked Colombian. And nice conversation. Got a contact. I mean, far from perfect. Like, I'm not trying to do anything too perfect, not trying to be too cool. Of course, there's awkward pauses and things like that. It's absolutely fucking fine. I find more and more like the girls who actually like me are the really fucking hot, young, well-dressed girls, like literally like 20, 18, 21. Like, to go out today, this is where my dedication to just continuing the process for a couple more weekends is. I had an option to go on a date with an 18-year-old Brazilian girl today. This afternoon, and I was like, I need to just, even if I only make one approach, I still need to make that one approach. And then I've got this waitress coming over in a bit, so I couldn't like schedule a Brazilian for later because I already got someone scheduled in. So, and this is all cold approach, you know, this is all cold approach, and I'm still a beginner. I'm coming to the end of my freshers year, you know. So yeah, that's just kind of like full disclosure, really. I always feel like the camera kind of falsifies things, you know, when I'm talking and stuff. I actually feel like the stories somehow reflect the truth better than the camera does. I can't really explain it because I can say what I'm actually feeling. But anyway, so yeah, I'm just out now. Just going to continue to enjoy the night. I'm not even going to put pressure on myself because, like, I just don't think that's good, to be honest. So I'm just going to enjoy the night. See what the fuck happens, man. Who knows? I literally got no clue what's going to happen. But I know it's going to end well. because I've already got that I've got that part sorted. So yeah. So this is how these days in the streets can turn interesting. So I'm walking around my little area, and it's all nice. Everyone's out and about, the families, the babes, etc. It was very interesting, and a very interesting thing just happened because it really speaks to something that we've been discussing in the entourage this week, and different people have been chiming in, which is the concept of assertiveness and what you allow to happen in your vicinity and what you don't allow to happen in your vicinity. What you allow to happen to yourself, to your friends, and what you don't allow to happen to yourself and your friends. One of the guys, Ephraim, he had a situation this week where there was a guy basically effectively being quite rude and disrespectful towards him, thinking he could get away with sly comments and stuff, and Ephraim confronted him about it, and it kind of resolved the situation and kind of put the guy in his place. Gracias. Put the guy in his place in a verbal way, and as almost always happens with these things, when people are acting like idiots, they know it, and someone else comes along and lets them know they can't get away with it. You're like a little mini social police, and he said he felt good after that he'd asserted himself, and that other guy as well, he'll think twice before doing that again. He definitely will think twice before doing that again. 100%. The reason why people do this type of thing is because no one ever calls them out on it. And if they did, people would behave in a more civilized way. 100%. 100%. We all know it. If we don't get negative feedback, we can overstep the mark. Okay? In this case, this guy was miles over the mark. So well done Ephraim for that. So anyway, I'm at the end of my session. I'm sat in the park just knackered. I'm like looking at girls to approach, and I'm like, she's gonna have to be freaking Helen of Troy for me to want to approach right now. I'm just really tired. But I'm still enjoying being out. Actually, I'm glad I came out. And I see something going on near to the statue. It's like screaming kids. And I see this woman whacking this kid, and I'm not talking a slap, like a slap on the legs or even on the face. I'm saying whacking him with her full force. She was quite a big woman as well. She was quite strong. Just like beating him, like pretty badly. I'm like, wow, that's a beating, right? Then the kid's trying to get up to run away. She keeps like putting her full weight on him, shoving him back down. Right, the kid's 4. He's no older than 4. He's probably about 3. Right, so she's whacking this kid, shoving him to the floor. He's literally just screaming more and more because imagine being assaulted by a giant. Like imagine being assaulted by like a 10-foot giant, or like not even like a 30-foot giant to him. And I'm watching it. I'm like, this is getting crazy now. Like, what the fuck is going on here? Because it wasn't just once or twice. It was like a prolonged, thing. The kid's just completely screaming. She gets a bottle of water and pours it over his head and then hits him. And I'm just like watching this, and I'm like, on what planet is this happening? Where am I right now? I know they talk about like in some countries they give the kids a slap and stuff like that. Sure, okay, fine, across the legs or whatever. Maybe across the face, maybe, like literally battering your kid like that in fucking public, man. The kid's completely screaming, and I walked past them and I was like, nope, I can't leave that. I can't accept that. I can't accept that happening in my vicinity. I have to say something. So I just went over to the lady and said, excuse me, miss. She looked at me. I said, what you've just done to that child is a crime in many countries. And she looked really sheepish. She looked really fucking sheepish. And then I just turned and walked away. She looked really sheepish. She knew what she was doing was a fucking disgrace. So, anyway, that's actually the most important approach I did that day. Hopefully that kid, at least I'm not expecting the woman to change on my account, my heroic account. Maybe tonight she doesn't beat the crap out of that kid even more. Maybe if there's a 1% chance that's the case, then I'm perfect, and then I'm very happy that I went over to say that. Fucking ridiculous, dude. Absolutely ridiculous. And again, if people don't say anything, then that's going to carry on, isn't it? No one says anything, that's going to carry on. I looked today, it looked like a load of single moms, to be honest. I'm like, how's that boy going to turn out? How's that boy going to turn out? When you don't get your own way, what do? You start battering someone. Your own mom. Fuck me, dude. I don't like that, man. I don't like bullying children like that. There's obviously a debate over should you slap a child. Sometimes they are so feral that you do think, like, I don't have any children. I definitely understand why a parent would just slap their legs or something, because they're so fucking feral, they need a bit of a shock to the system. I get that. Some parents don't have that approach at all, some do. This was way beyond the pale though. This was fucking battering in public. It's fucking sick. Yeah, it's weird. That's the most important approach I've done, honestly, this month, man. Honestly. Fucking disgraceful. Now, in my case, honestly, I would have done that anyway. Regardless of any cold approach, anyone who knows me, I would have done that, let's say certainly from age 30 on, certainly, but probably a bit younger actually. 27, 28, probably. Some things, like, you feel it in your body. For me, I feel it in my body. I'm like, so something I'm coming to more and more is I can feel what is right in my body. I don't know if anyone else has that, but it's like, if I just listen to my body's little movements and reactions, if I listen to that, that'll tell me what the right thing is. 100% of the time, way more than listening to the thoughts, oh, just don't do anything, oh, just, it's not your child, whatever. No, my body was like, you can't let that fly, mate. No way. So I went away and I was like, strangely, I felt like more, as if I'd been in more of a conflict than I would have been if I had an issue with a guy, like an actual issue. Because it's kind of like, that's a more delicate thing to insert yourself into. And obviously I didn't stay and have an argument, just made a very clear point and then left. Fuck me, dude. So, yeah, man. Fucking, I don't know, like, it's making me think, like, the woman who is the mother of your child is so important, man. It's so important. You see things like that, and there's no wonder there's violent criminals around. Your own mum's beating the crap out of me in a public place. Well, I think there's something that's so deep in me. I am protective, and I would rather die on my fucking shield, literally, with no shield, than allow things I don't agree with to happen around me. That was a very minor example just then. It's a very minor example, but. You can't let shit slide. You can't let shit slide. You can't. And I don't want people to let me slide either. I don't want them to. I can be a harsh critic of myself, but yeah. Stuff like that, I'm thinking about it, I'm like, I say I don't want people to let me slide, I'm never doing anything like that. I just couldn't do it, man. Fucking do it.